Hey guys, it's Mo. So today I have for you another Design With Me style video. We're going to be making some bullet journal stickers. I'm going to show you how to make some bullet journal stickers using the Dazzling Craft Bundle from craftbundles.com. And what we're going to be doing today is making some bullet journal stickers inspired by Christmas in July. So I don't know when you're supposed to do Christmas in July. A ton of people were doing it like the second week in July. Some people are doing it this week. I would totally do it the week of the 25th because the 25th is Christmas in December. But I don't know anything about Christmas in July. So this the Dazzling Craft Bundle has a lot of cool stuff in it, but I was inspired really by this Christmas symbols font. So this bundle has a lot of different things for sort of the fall time. So we've got some Halloween stuff, some Christmas stuff. I guess that's more winter. But a bunch of different SVGs, some PNGs, some fonts, some Dingbat fonts, which are going to be really, really great for the design that we're doing today. So what we're going to be using is this font called August Boy. It's a really cute font. Look at the lettering there. And then also this font called Christmas Symbols Font. So what you need to do is to purchase and download this amazing bundle, but you'll want to install your fonts prior to opening your, let's see here, Dazzling Craft Bundle. Install your fonts prior to opening the program that you're going to use to design. Some programs require this, other programs don't. I guess it just depends on the, I guess it would be like the age of your software or whatnot. A lot of programs now don't require to be restarted to pull the newest fonts, but some do. So you would just go to fonts here, quick install, find the fonts that you want, double click it, and hit install. And that's going to install your font onto your computer. Don't these O's look like the Toy Story ball? Anyway, nonetheless, so I already have InkScape open here, and what we're going to do today is design some elements for a bullet journal like layout. So I am going to show you how to make some elements. I'm not going to put them all on a sticker sheet and show you how to upload them to Design Space because I don't think there's enough, at least for me. I feel like bullet journal spreads are supposed to be sort of minimal, so it's hard to fill a whole 6.25 or 6.75 by 9.25 canvas, which is the cut area for the Cricut, with these elements. So I'm going to show you how to make the elements. You can refer to some of the other videos that I have. I do believe I have a video on how to make a sticker sheet or whatnot and sort of follow that part here. I just want to give you some ideas on what you can do to make some elements for your bullet journal. So let's get started by, you know what, I'm actually going to make this, whoops, like a split screen between these two guys because I want to use this as a reference to see which letters I want to use to make my different stickers. So first off, I think I want to use this capital S here. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to draw a text box. You can just click on the text here, and I'm going to type in a capital S. Whoa, I'm not going to do that. What the heck was that? Capital S. Capital S. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to highlight it. So I just held down the shift key and hit my arrow key to the left to highlight it. I'm going to go up here, and after you have your fonts installed, you should be able to just pull them up by typing in the name. So we've got Christmas symbols. I'm going to go over here, make sure our proportions are locked so we can size it, and I'm going to change it to inches just for the heck of it right now. So now we have this guy. We can rotate him a little bit, whatever you want to do. That is going to be our number. I'm going to start writing the numbers for the days in here, and I'm also going to have the word, like the day of the week, written out as well. So then we can just go see what other things we want to do. So I think I want to use this capital N and this capital B for Merry Christmas. So I'm going to do a B, go up here to Christmas symbols, mother of pearl. Okay. F1 is going to bring me back to my cursor. Then I can size this how I want. I can also hit Control D. That's going to copy it. Double click, delete that, change it to a capital N So now we've got Merry Christmas. I also think I want to use this capital D here. That's going to make a really cool like border, like washi type of deal. So we can even click this, Control D, bring it up here, double click, delete, capital D. I'm going to do another D because I want to make like a border. So then I'm just holding down my Shift key and hitting the arrow over twice so that I select both characters. So the really cool thing about these symbols font is what they call them. I believe technically they're called Dingbat fonts, which is that it's just little doodles, little doodads, little dingbats that are in place of the characters. So you can see, I'm hoping, like before, if we switch this back to sans serif, it's going to be 2 capital Ds. If we go back to, whoops, if we go back to the Christmas font, it's going to be 2 little tree lines. So each dingbat is corresponding to a, what do you call it? A letter. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to adjust the kerning here, which is the space between 2 letters, because I want these trees to come closer to each other. So it's going to take a minute here. We could just type in a number, which I might do. Let's do like minus 56. Okay. Minus 70. Okay. Minus 90. Okay. Minus 100. So now these guys are closer to each other. So that's adjusting the kerning between the 2 letters. So we have that as like a border. Let's see here. I can also Control D. Let's change this to be, let's do this capital M. I'm going to rotate him back to be sort of level. So we've got that as like a decorative thing. Let's change this to be, I don't know, capital K. We got a fun snowman. We can scroll up here, see what some lowercase guys are going to be. Control D. Double click. Let's do lowercase b. Let's do a lowercase d. So, whoops, we've got some elements here to work with. So let's make our days of the week. So we've got this guy as a wreath. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to type in caps lock Monday. And I've installed that August Boy font. So I'm going to select August Boy. And F1. Sizes to be a little bit bigger. So it's going to be something like that. I'm also going to make sure I save my work. Let's go back over here. I think I'm kind of done with that Dingbat font reference. So let's go File, Save As, New Christmas, Bullet Journal Doodles. Done. Cool. So we've got this. I'm going to hit Control D. And I'm going to type, let's do it for like this month or this week. So 16, put this over here. Zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Whoops. Zoom in here. Mother of pearl. Make this a little bit bigger. Now I'm going to drag and select. I'm going to go to Align and Distribute. If you don't have this over here, you can just go to Object, Align, whoops, Object. I just opened another thing. Bloop, go away. Object, Align and Distribute. Boop. Align everything in the middle. We can align these guys in the middle like this. Boop. Cool. So now, move this up here, Control C, and change everything around. So we can do caps lock Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Cool. Then we got 16th, so this is going to be the 17th. This one will be the 18th. This one, whoops, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd. Cool. So now we want to make an offset around all of these. And what that's going to do is allow or tell the Cricut to cut the bubble around the word rather than the word itself. We don't want each individual letter to be cut here. We want the bubble around the word cut. And I have a few videos on this already on my channel, but we're going to go ahead and do it here. Boop, boop. Make sure these are all aligned. So what we want to do is we're going to drag and select all of our dates here. I'm going to hit Shift Control C a couple times, Shift Control G a couple of times, and that's going to break everything up, all the letters, all the parts, into their individual parts. So instead of being a grouping of the word Saturday, it's going to be an individual letter of S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y, that kind of thing. So once we've done that, we want to drag and select for each word, Control, and then the Shift Control, I'm sorry, and the plus key right by your backspace key. Shift Control plus. Make sure that everything is correct before you do this, otherwise you're not going to be able to edit it again, but we can just recreate it or hit Control Z. So you want to do that for every one of those. I'm also going to hit Control S to save my work because sometimes things happen and your work gets erased. So now we can select everything, hit Control D, that makes a duplicate of everything, then hit Control and then your 0 key. That is going to create an offset around these guys here. Hopefully. Yeah, there it goes. So we're getting an offset around there. And you just want to keep doing this until all of the letters and every little part touches. You don't want to have these little holes here. You will end up with some holes, but you want to make sure, like, we're not done yet because not everything is touching. So you want to make sure you're hitting Control and then your 0 key and everything is increasing. This is how we're making an offset around these numbers and letters. And it's going to take a minute to do it. My computer is lagging here and I'm not quite sure why. But you can see we're getting these weird like cloud shapes, and that's what we want. Everything seems to be touching here. So I think that we're on the right path. So I'm going to hit Control S again to save everything. I'm going to double click on these guys because I'll show you. You can see we do have these little holes in here. So you want to double click and just erase these little holes. Go up here, click on this guy, erase the holes. I'll click on this one. And you can tell it's a hole because it will have a little square, like its little node, hanging out there. And that's what you want to delete. So I think I got all of those. Let's go over here. Delete, 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 delete. And you can either click on them individually or drag and select them. And you only want to delete what is within the perimeter of that shape. So cool. Now we can select all of these top black shapes here. I'm going to go over to fill and stroke and I'm going to change them to like a pink color, and I'm also going to send them to the back. So now we can hit Control G on all of these to group them together. And now we have a really cool letters. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to select all of these here, align and distribute, left, distribute them evenly. Now, if we look at the size here, these are 9 inches, about 9 inches wide. We don't want that. We want it to be about 1.5 inches because that is the size of something along the lines of our planner. That's like a standard planner size. 1.5 inches is the width of an Erin Condren or a Happy Planner box. In their planners. So now we have those guys. Cool. Stick tight, right? So now let's take this guy and make him into a little banner. I'm going to change this kerning a little bit here. Minus 150. What the heck? Minus 150. Oh, maybe it's only going to let me do 100. Okay. So now we want to make this guy into like a banner. So I'm going to zoom in, holding the control key down and using the scroll wheel on my mouse. And I'm just going to put in a rectangle. You could do the same thing and make a bubble and whatnot behind it, but I find that this rectangle is going to be perfectly fine, especially since we're going to use this as like sort of a washi tape. So we can just align it, hit Control G. And now we have our washi tape. Now, you want to make sure, so I'm going to show you, I'm not going to make a full sheet, but I'm going to show you what you want to do to begin to like assemble your sticker sheet. I'm going to send this to the back. We want to make sure that this guy is 6.75 by 9.25 because that is the print and cut area of the Cricut Explorer. This little washi tape guy here, make sure our proportions are locked, make him about 6.75. Align and distribute. That's fine too. I didn't really mean to do it to the center, but so now we're just going to fill in our sticker sheet. So we've got these guys. We can line them up over here. Top. I'm going to move that guy up a little bit. Select all these guys again, move them over here, distribute them evenly. Now we can make these guys into little stickers as well. So let's bring them all down here and let's size them a little bit smaller because we don't want them to be so huge to work with. So we can, you can do this in like a group. Sometimes your program might have trouble doing it, but you can do it in a group. So I'm going to select all of these, Shift Control C and G, and then your plus sign, and then Control D. And then you want to use your Control and your 0 key, and that's going to create your nice little bubble. So I'm just doing this until I feel like it's a good bubble around there. Fill and stroke, change the color just to be able to see what's up. Double click, then delete all your weird little holes that you have. And then hit F1 and then send to back. And sometimes, so these might be a little bit, I did them all in a, okay, here we're going to hit Control Z because I didn't mean to do that. Control Z, Control Z. Okay, so you don't want to join them all together. At the end there, I hit Control and the plus key to make them all a path. You don't want to do that. You don't want to join them all together. That's only if you want something to be together, like how I wanted this to be one item here. You don't want to do that because you don't want all of these to be one item. You still want them to be individual items. So they're not joined. They're not joined. We just hit Shift Control C and Shift Control Z, Shift Control C and Shift Control G, and I'm waking up in however many hours that said. And then we want to hit Control D, and then your Control key and your 0 key to make your offset like that. We're going to change the color. I'm going to make it a little more pink. That's too pink. F1, double click. Delete all these like nodes in here. Boop, boop, boop. F1. send to back, and now these guys are all individual guys. So they're not all joined together. So Control G, Control G, Control G. I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to put them over on my sticker sheet. So then you can just keep making your elements and design your sticker sheet. Like I said, I will leave a link down below on how to create the sticker sheet that I'm talking about, which is this thing here. And then this would be what you will upload to Cricut Design Space. So let me show you one more thing before I jump off of here. I want to go over to the Dazzling Craft Bundle, graphics. We're going to go to this Dashing Through the Snow thing. I want to make this, let's see what this preview image is. Yeah, I want to make this into a, like a big focal point sticker for my bullet journal page. So it does have an AI file, or I'm sorry, an SVG file, but I'm going to use the PNG file today to show you something special about not Design Space, about InkScape. I'm losing my mind. Apparently, you can see I'm going to wake up in whatever many hours that said, and I'm up. I don't feel sleepy. I want to get stuff done, but I also am just going out of it right now. So I'm just going to click in that, drag it over to my canvas, select OK, and it's going to populate in this really, really pretty little graphic. We want to make sure that our proportions are locked. If we're going to size this, which I am going to size this down just a wee bit. So I want to trace this into a vector file, into an SVG file, so that I can create these little bubbles around it. So I'm going to go, make sure this is selected. I'm going to go to Path, Trace Bitmap. I'm going to leave all of these the same. I'm not going to change anything because this is such a high contrast image. It's a black and white image. Mainly it's just a black image because a PNG has a transparent background. So then we hit Update. And that's going to give us an image of what the trace of this is going to look like. I'm satisfied with this, so I'm going to hit OK. And that's going to give me a trace, much like you would find in like the Silhouette software. I'm going to close this. I'm going to take this over here. So this top one, this is the SVG file. This bottom one is the PNG file. We're not going to be able to work with that right now, so I'm just going to delete it. So I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to size this down a little bit again. I'm going to hit Control D. That's going to make a duplicate of it. And then I'm going to do that same thing where I'm making an offset around it. And I want to make sure all these little bubbles here are starting to touch. So I have one big old sticker that I can use as like a focal point in my bullet journal. And you may find that there's going to be some holes. That's fine. I'm going to change it to pink, lighter pink. Double click on it. I keep rubbing my elbow on my desk. And delete all of these little nodes in the middle. And you'll know the ones to delete because they're within the perimeter of the outer shape. You're not going to want to delete something like this or like this. You just want to delete something that's inside the shape, within the perimeter of that shape you created. F1, send it to the back, and now we have a really cool sticker kind of dealio that we can put on our sticker sheet and use in our bullet journal. So if we had filled all our sticker sheet, I will go through and I will share with you. I didn't do the Merry Christmas, but it's the same sort of thing. You would just create an offset however you would like to do it. Create an offset or put a box behind it, and then you'll have your Merry Christmas there. So what I would do if this was my finished sticker sheet here is I would go and I would change everything that is pink. So I'm going to hit, let's see here, I'm going to move this out of the way. We don't need that anymore. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to ungroup everything. Shift Control G. And then everything that is like a dark pink color, whoops, or this light pink color, this background color, I'm going to change to white. Lord have mercy, I didn't get the right thing here. Okay, change it to white. Another way to do that is to, if everything's the same color, you can click on one of the colors you want to change, right click, select same, fill color. That's going to select all of this pink color right here. then we can change it to be white. Now we can hit Control S so we don't lose our work. Then we can select everything and hit Export As. We can, I'm just going to save this to my desktop. Save it as Christmas bullet journal stickers. Sure, why not? PNG. Save. That doesn't save anything though. We have to hit Export. And then that's going to export your selection here. Desktop. Where is it at? Christmas, Christmas. There we go. And then this is what we would upload to Design Space, and it would cut around these little bubbles here. Obviously you would fill in your sticker sheet a little bit better than I did, but that is a way to create some bullet journal stickers for, or some stickers in a bullet journal style for your bullet journal using Inkscape, and some really cool elements and whatnot. So there's a bunch of Dingbat fonts that you can find online as well, and they are also included in a ton of these bundles. So you can have your own little stickers, your own little doodled stickers by using these Dingbat fonts, and then you can use them in your regular planner, you can use them in your bullet journal planner. Anything that you want to do, you can totally use these for that. So then you would just upload that to Cricut Design Space and print and cut it, size it to be 6.25 by or 6.75 by 9.25, and then send it to your Cricut Explorer and have your Cricut Explorer cut it. I hope you found this helpful. I'm sorry I was all over the place. It's really weird when it's 9:37 at night and you're like, oh, I'm not tired. Let's film a video. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love for you to stick around. I have a ton of Design Space, Cricut Explorer, planner sticker making videos, and a lot of them include a lot of these amazing bundles to show you how to use different parts of different bundles. I try to keep it hopefully fresh and interesting, so you all can see how you can use these different things in your planner. Plus, you'll get all this stuff. So if you're like, you know what, I'm not really feeling a Halloween layout right now, you'll still have some stuff. You won't have to buy more like clip art because you'll already have it in these bundles. That's another reason why I love these bundles. So I will leave some more Design With Me, my whole Design With Me playlist down below. I hope you enjoyed this and found it helpful. Please subscribe and stick around. Give me a big old thumbs up, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.